Today, I'm gonna show you how to repurpose your video content to get more clients and get the most out of the content you're already working so hard to create. Video content is one of the best ways to build credibility and authority. And if you're not already creating video content for your business, you absolutely need to be. For one, video is 50 times more likely to rank in organic search results on Google than just text alone. And organic search results are driving 10 times more traffic than just social media alone. So you absolutely need to show up on Google, but posting all over Instagram and Facebook alone won't help you. Simply put, video content makes someone more comfortable to buy from you and takes them through the process faster. And you can leverage different pieces of content in different parts of your customer journey. We were able to increase our show rates by 121% practically overnight. So more than doubling the number of people that were actually showing up to demo calls with us, and they already knew who we were and why they should trust us because of our content. If you want to know how to get results like this with your video content while working less, then keep watching. It's easy to feel overwhelmed thinking you need to be on every platform out there. But the most effective content strategies are simple and focused. The good news is you can do everything here and take advantage of these platforms with very little extra effort if you're already creating content consistently. First, let's talk about ways to repurpose your full-length video into more long-form content. So number one, podcasts. Ever wanted to start a podcast but not sure how to do it? Once you have your video filmed and edited, you can just rip out the audio and insert a custom intro and outro, and now you have a podcast episode. Then you can upload this audio to a platform like Anchor.fm, which is completely free and automatically distributes your podcast to all the major platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Number two, image quotes. From your podcast, you can then pull out impactful quotes that can stand alone. Try to find quotes that are 25 words or less for image quotes. You can create this in a square format for Instagram, Facebook, and even LinkedIn, and you can also create a vertical version for stories and a landscape version for blog posts, Twitter, and email blasts. To take this a step further, if your video has steps in it, for example, 3 steps to selling your house, you can make a carousel post for Instagram with a title card, a card for each step, and even a call to action that sends them back to your full-length video or podcast episode for more. Lastly, you can create audiograms, which are eye-catching and animated images that play a clip from your podcast. These are great for Instagram and can drive even more engagement back to your actual podcast. Although a lot of platforms are recognizing the power of video and shifting algorithms to favor this, YouTube is still the best place by far to house your long-form video. This is because with YouTube, you get the added power of showing up in search results on the platform long after you've created the video. So something you created 3 years ago, if it's still relevant and valuable, can be showing up in search results today, generating you views and leads. It's the second largest search engine in the world, and people flock to YouTube every day searching for answers to their problems. Also, you get the added benefit of showing up in Google search results as well, since YouTube is owned by Google. You want to make sure you optimize your videos for this with proper keyword research, restructuring your video titles, and optimizing your descriptions. I recommend using a tool like TubeBuddy to help you do this, which gives you a live SEO score as you write out the descriptions, tags, and headlines for your video. To add to this SEO benefit, transcribe your long-form video and clean it up for a blog post. Depending on how you like to film your videos, if you use a script, this is probably already suitable with minimal editing. That's why I prefer to script out my videos rather than just have an outline and go off the cuff on camera. But if you don't like to write, you might prefer to edit the transcription instead. If that's the case, after you transcribe it, take out all the filler words and edit it to make sure that it's now readable instead of speakable. You'll then need to do a few quick minutes of homework to increase your chances of ranking higher in Google search results. One of the best ways to outrank your competitors is using this skyscraper technique. So I can use a tool like SEMrush or KW Finder, go search for my keyword and see which blog posts are ranking in the top spot. From there, I'll copy and paste that blog article and put it into a Word document so that I can see how many words the #1 ranking blog post has. Then I'll count my words on my edited transcription and make sure that it's longer. If I need to add in content to get that higher word count, I'll simply review the #1 ranking blog and see what's missing from the reader experience. Can I add in a different spin or give a different take somewhere, or just expand on what I already have to add more value? Then you can add in headlines and subheadlines following SEO practices, and be sure to embed your actual YouTube video in the blog post as well. Remember, video ranks higher than just text alone, so adding in that gives you a really good shot, as long as your content is actually good and relevant, to rank on the first page. So I then post the finished blog on our WordPress site, LinkedIn articles, and sometimes I post on medium.com, which is a blog site that already has traffic driving to it. So now that we've got a new podcast episode, some highlights and graphics graphics, and a blog post, it's time to repurpose that video content into bite-sized pieces that we can use to drive traffic back to your full-length content, increasing your views, engagement, and reach. If you're like me, you likely spend a lot of time creating one single video for YouTube, which reminds me, if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to keep up with the latest, and hit the like button if you're getting some value here. So for all the work that goes into a video, we don't just want to post it to YouTube once and forget about it. By following this process I'm about to show you here, you ensure that you get the most out of every video you create and that they get the maximum reach possible. So first, I recommend creating 2 or 3 template sets that are consistent with your brand for things like video memes and image quotes. Once you create templates, repurposing becomes a lot faster and easier. And you also make sure that everything you put out represents your brand consistently. Create templates in the right dimensions for each platform that you're going to be on. Our template sets for our clients consist of a square video frame for Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, a tall video frame for stories, 3 dimensions for image quotes, vertical, square, and landscape, 2 thumbnails, one for Instagram TV and another one for YouTube, and what we refer to as a call to action slide for stories. This one is just a card that I insert on my story to send people back to my channel. So I might do a quick promo on my story about my new video that week and say, if you want to see the full video, check out this next slide. From each video, my team finds anywhere from 3 to 5 different topics. And these are all things that we can pull out from the video that would stand alone. They would make sense outside of the context of the full video, and they would provide some sort of value, thought-provoking content, or something of impact. We find anywhere from 30-second to 2-minute clips for each topic, and then create a video highlight for each one. Then we plug that highlight into the chosen template set that we're using and add subtitles and a big, bold headline. Videos formatted in this way tend to get better engagement on platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. So this means from a single video, we get a minimum of 3 topics, each one a highlight that is created in the right aspect ratio for each platform using the templates I mentioned above. We create a square video highlight, vertical video highlight, and an image quote and square, vertical, and landscape for each highlight. So from any given video, not including our blogs and podcasts, we have at least 15 different posts. I'll also then go on my story, create a quick selfie video talking about what's in the video and why you should watch it, and then end it with a call to action card. So that adds at least 1 more post for that same video. And the best part is that with this strategy, you can now take advantage of the benefits of all major platforms without feeling overwhelmed and having to create content for each one. You can post your square video highlights and edited blogs on LinkedIn, which by the way is one of the most underrated places for organic reach, in just a few extra minutes. And LinkedIn is still a little bit newer in terms of people creating organic content. So even if you just post 1 video a week, you're already in the top 2% or so of people actively using it. And it's a great way to gain additional views and expand your audience. Instagram is also starting to make the shift to favoring video now more. So while posting a video with a long caption is still a good thing to do to drive engagement and attention, Instagram Reels and Instagram TV are going to be the focus of the platform. Whenever you can play by the platform's rules, you'll reap the benefits of crazy engagement and views. So for Instagram TV, your video highlights need to be at least a minute long, so keep that in mind as you're looking for highlights. You can post a preview to your feed that will live there as well, but Instagram will show your video to more people under Instagram TV. While Facebook organic reach is slowly dying, it's still essential to have good content on your feed, because when people click back to your page or profile, that's the first thing that they're going to see. And this is also true if you're running ads. People will click on the profile that posted the ad, and if they come back to your page and they don't see any relevant content, you lose some credibility there. And all in all, your Facebook page should act just like a landing page or a sales funnel. Another reason you should be posting video to your Facebook page is related to running retargeting campaigns. Retargeting campaigns are absolutely something you should be running if you're already taking the time to create great content, and even if you're not running any other paid ads. Retargeting, meaning serving ads only to those that have already seen your content, visited your website, or otherwise engaged with you, is extremely powerful and it's cheap. You can run retargeting campaigns that actually get results for just a couple dollars a day. However, with the new iOS update, it's harder to reach people, and we don't have as many options for tracking their activity across the internet. So posting your video content on your Facebook page or in any Facebook groups you have is also a really great workaround to be able to retarget people, because you can then serve ads to people that have viewed a certain percentage of your videos. So lastly, as you drive people back to your long form content and ultimately over to your webpage where they can then give you their email in exchange for more value, you'll begin to build up your email list. So every time you have a new video, blog post, or podcast episode, you can take your landscape image quote or a quick clip of the video to embed into an email blast that you'll then send to your list. That way you're promoting your new video and driving views. Most entrepreneurs will stop there with repurposing their content, but the real power comes in how you continue to leverage it beyond just posting to social platforms and promoting to your audience. The great thing about content creation and the reason it's so powerful is because you can do the work once and continue to get paid from it for years to come in the future if you leverage your content in the right ways. So now that you've repurposed your video, it's time to use it to get more clients, expand your audience, and turn followers into paying customers. So for one, set up a system that ensures your prospects are viewing your content before they ever get on a discovery or sales call with you. You should have pre-call assets, meaning videos and content that they can consume that educates them on their problem, how to solve it, and why your solution is the best way to solve it. If your prospects are getting on a call with you asking what you do or why they should trust you, you've missed a huge opportunity. When you let your content do the work, they're already educated on your solution and they're already invested in your brand. So the only question they have is, can this work for me and where do I pay? One way to ensure they consume as much of your content as possible before the call is by using a structured email drip sequence after they book the call. Set up a thank you page after they book a call with you that does more than just confirm their appointment. This page should be curated with some of your best content. What questions and objections do you typically face from prospective clients? What fears or hesitations do they have in working with you? Create content around that, overcome those objections ahead of time, and put those videos on your thank you page. Then, leading up to the call, have a series of emails that send social proof, success stories of your clients, testimonials, reviews, and case studies. This is how we increased our show rates by 121%. And this got people even more excited to talk with us and they didn't want to miss the call. We were getting on the calls with people saying that they've been looking forward to it. But more so than just getting them to show up, they were sold and excited by the time we spoke for the first time. They had trust in me, my brand, and that we could provide results for them. Lastly, use your content to provide value as you build relationships. If you have a new connection, either via email or over social media, send them some content as resources that they might find helpful to start your relationship off on the right foot. You can use this if you're sending out cold emails or trying to introduce yourself to someone you want to work with. This will set you apart. It allows you to lead with giving value. Consider linking to a video that trains them on your solution or educates them on a strategy in your email signature as well. And if you have retargeting campaigns set up, make sure that you pixel all of your sites so that once that person clicks on the content that you shared, they'll then see your ads across the internet and you become top of mind, building unmatched credibility and authority. So there you have it, the complete strategy to repurposing your video content and making sure you're getting the absolute most out of your content and you're using it to get new clients. But do you know how to automate 95% of this work? How to make sure that you're creating the right content that converts and how to use this to drive an additional 10K per month, all without paid ads. Be sure to check out my free training where I'll walk you through the strategy that we've used to help amplify the brands of over 50 entrepreneurs over at get.upperhandcreative.com/learn. And don't forget to drop a comment down below and tell me what part of this you're gonna put into action right away. See you next time.